welcome. This is going to be episode 4. Welcome back again. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Always a pleasure to bring in Justin.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Dogs barking, good times.
And Justin as always, or Joseph as always as well.
Again, man, this is like what, the second time that you're just all like, I'm not acknowledged. Can I go first next time? Can I do the intros? I'm just kidding. Production master over here, man. What's up, everyone? Hope everybody's having a good day.
So today we wanted to talk about with the monthly PS Plus game. June's getting ready to drop next week. So we want to go back and start with the beginning of the year and work our way up till the June releases, and we're just going to talk about what we think about the games that have come out so far and what's coming up. So without any further ado, I know Joseph, you got the list of what was back in January.
Yeah, man. So the games that were out in January for the PS5, PS4 was Maneater. If you guys remember that shark game. Where you were like a giant shark and you're just like terrorizing like this small village or whatever. Pretty much like Jaws, but in the video game version, right?
Or you were the shark.
You were the shark. Greedfall and Shadow of the Tomb Raider were the games for January. Did you guys get your hands on any of those games?
So the only one I put in my library was Shadow of the Tomb Raider because I played the one before that, and so I wanted to continue the story. But I haven't played it yet, so it's just chilling in my library.
Yeah, I actually played that one and Maneater both.
What were your thoughts on Maneater? Was it just like one button and you just kind of move the joystick or something like that, or were there actually like it to be strategic with it at all?
It was all right.
It was okay. All right.
So nothing really exciting to talk about with that game.
Sometimes it's just better left unsaid, man. So we'll leave it there. Now, what about? So just like Derek, I didn't play Maneater or Greedfall, but I did play Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It was good to play the game. I remember playing that game back on. It was either, I think it was the first PlayStation or the second PlayStation. Just like we were talking about in the previous episode about demos. I remember playing in a demo and she was just like this box, character or whatever, but she was badass, man. And it was cool that you had to run through a temple that like, similar to like Indiana Jones, but with like pistols instead of a whip. Right.
Yeah.
And it was a female protagonist, man. So that was a little bit different during that time when most of the, protagonists were males. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider, man. Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Now, for the games of February, we had Destruction All-Stars, Control, the Ultimate Edition, and that was for PS5 and PS4. And Destruction All-Stars was for PS5. And then Concrete Genie was for PS4.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't get any one of those. I had no interest in any of them, really. They all, I don't know, they just didn't appeal to me. I didn't, like, none of them made me, like, excited to, like, want to download any of that. To me, they didn't deserve space on my limited hard drive on the PS5.
No, fair enough,
man. Both the PS5 games, or what was it? Wrecking All Stars, you said?
Destruction All Stars.
Destruction. I did that one, and what was the other one, Joseph? Control.
Yeah.
Control. Okay. I did both of them. I did like Control. I haven't played much of it. I played a little bit of it, the first 4 or 5 missions. Just like that other game I was talking about, it is like the controls feel super comfortable. It's really, really tight and on point with the controls. Like that's what I really liked about it the most. Destruction All-Stars, not a big fan of that game. It was all right. It felt good and stuff, but it just, I don't know.
Is that the one that's kind of like
that I'll replay?
Isn't that one that's kind of like a Destruction Derby, but you also like can go on foot also?
Yeah. It's a weird concept, man. It truly is. I mean, it's something different. That's for sure. That's what I thought was kind of cool about it. But for me, it's just not my type of game.
Did you get any of those ones, Joseph?
Those I did not, man. I didn't get any of them. I didn't know Control was one of the free games, and I kind of regret not downloading it. I've heard nothing
Yeah.
but really good things about it since, like, sometimes they release games and you hear after the fact. And I think it was like nominated for like Game of the Year or something like that. Or it's like, it's in talks to possibly be in the running for Game of the Year. I've seen some gameplay of it. It looks amazing. Just like Justin was saying, like it looks very fluid. You get, again, similar like the topic is you get to control objects and kind of fly them around and move them. And I did hear it was a little challenging, but it was a lot of fun. And just like he was saying, the fluidity of the controls of it were supposed to be really, really good. So that's another game that I have to get back to. And I'll probably eventually buy it. And try to play that game. Yeah, I'm terrible at this, guys. I got to do a better job of getting these free games. Now that we pay for a subscription, I need to download more of these free games.
I think you only have a couple more days to get May, so.
Yeah, I did download Battlefield 5, maybe we'll get there, right? The March games were Marquette, which was for the PS5, Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4, Remnant from the Ashes was PS4, and then Farpoint was for the PSVR.
So I think I put Maquette in my library.
I said
that one
Marquette, it's Maquette.
That one looked interesting. Where you have to like manipulate the environment in different levels, like because it's like you can go into the miniature version of your environment and manipulate something in there to make something in your actual environment like activate or move. So that one looked interesting to me, although I haven't played it. And it's just in my thing, my library. And then I also put Final Fantasy VII Remake in my library. I remember playing. How many discs was it when it was on the PS1? Like 5 discs.
3, I think. Oh, was it 5?
I don't know. It was back then it was, and that was, I think, like literally that's the only Final Fantasy I've ever played besides Final Fantasy Online, and like no one ever played that, so I only played it like a short amount of time. But and I haven't touched that yet either. I haven't even downloaded it. So I'll probably have to, I got so many games that are backed up that I start and I get like part of the way through and then I just move on to something else. So it's probably like 2 more years before I even get to that game.
Unless something good drops this year and it's just going to keep going on the back burner. I did do a quick search and it said that there was 3 discs for Final Fantasy VII. And you said that it was for which system was it, Derek? You said PlayStation.
PS1.
The PS1?
I'm pretty sure it's PS1.
Let's see for the PS1. Yeah, it keeps showing. Yep, keep showing 3 discs, man. It says Final Fantasy Remake Series make in 32-bit debut with Final Fantasy VII, a role-playing game blending 3D poly characters, pre-rendered backgrounds, and animated cutscenes across 3 discs.
Oh, it was 3 discs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Back then, that was a huge game.
Yeah,
it reminds me of the old school like VHSs that sometimes there was like 2 of them if the movie was very long, and you like it was like intermission, and you like go back and grab the other VHS
Swap
and pop
the disc out or the tape out.
Yeah. April's games. It was Oddworld Soulstorm, which I think Oddworld, if I remember correctly, was a game that originally came out on the PlayStation, PS1 or PS2. So it was an early PlayStation game. So I don't know if Soulstorm was a remake or if it wasn't a remake, if it was an addition to it.
I think it's like in a series because the first one was like Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, and then there was like a part 2, I think.
Yep.
So I don't know what number this is in the series.
But it is one of the series. I did download this one. It is in the library. It's one of those games that I wanted to play just because looking at some of the trailer and the visuals looked really, really good. So that was one of the ones that I've downloaded. Days Gone for PS4, which if you have a PS5 is a free game already. I think Derek, you said you did play Days Gone.
Yeah, I bought it when it first dropped way back. When did that first come out? Like
PS4, right? You played
on the PS4.
Yeah.
Back in 2019, April of 2019. So yeah, I downloaded that when it first came, or I bought it when it first came out and played through it. And like I said before, that was like one of the only games that I've, platinum that I finished completely. Um, and man, that was a good game. And I hope that they finally do decide to make a sequel. I know there's a petition right now for Sony to make a sequel because right now they're saying they're not going to do one. But I mean, the story was excellent. Oh, look at that! Someone's got the what do you call those? Um, collector's editions.
Yeah, man, I got
Yeah.
it was at I have a collection editions. I know people can't see this right now, but comes with the statue. I think it's like a steel book, some mini art, um, Deacon and the bike statue, physical and the digital collection, some pins that were a part of it, a voucher for DLC content, and then a sewn-on patch, man. So, yeah, man, it was there was a GameStop that was down the road from me that was going out of business, and I got this bad boy for a pretty cheap price, man. So,
That's awesome.
I couldn't pass it up, man. And yeah, the statue is magnificent. Oh no, you know what? No, it's not opened. I'm not gonna open it. I don't think I ever will open it, man. It's just live in the box for now, right? So,
So did you play
uh,
it though? Did you play the game?
not yet. Like I said, this is another game that is downloaded on my library that it's that I eventually have to come around. Just because although I know in some of the major reviewing websites or that are like gaming websites that it didn't get like the best reviews, but I heard that the gameplay is still pretty good, right? Like although like for example, there's certain situations where you get bombarded by like zombies, and I know you told me about it where you just feel very overwhelmed and you're just kind of like, oh crap, how the heck do I get out of here, right? So and I'm always up for a good
Yeah,
zombie game.
if you come into one of those hordes, like they can overwhelm you really fast. They like, I'm talking like 50, 60 of them on you at the same time, and they're not like shamblers like on Walking Dead. They're like they run like they are on your ass.
It's like
And
World
Them
War
are the
Z.
scary kind.
yeah, they're the ones that'll like if you got a fat friend, push your fat friend down and keep on running. Like these aren't the zombies that you want to mess around with.
No, for sure. Yeah, so that's again, just like you said, just with that kind of mentality and that aspect of you always kind of want like a video game where like, hey, you want the zombies to kind of run at you, or at least a lot of them, because sometimes you play a game and you have your Call of Duty zombies where you get a bunch of zombies and they'll attack you in its rounds and stuff, but that's not
Yeah,
the same of like having an open world and then having to like run from them.
yeah.
So, but yeah, what about you, Justin? Did you ever play Days Gone or Oddworld?
No, I didn't download any of them. Well, the Days Gone I didn't do because it was for free already. So I just kind of kept it off in the background. But no, I haven't added any of those to the library yet.
Okay. And the other game that was on here was Zombie Army 4, Dead War. That was another game. I did download that one and I did play. And I played a little bit of it, didn't beat it all, but it's a pretty cool game. Like it's
Yeah.
it's a third person camera. You have to kind of go through different areas of a particular map, and kind of come out with different objectives. And again, I hate to compare it to like Call of Duty Zombies, but it's reminiscent of that a little bit. It's just more third person, and you have to go through different zones. So it's not like round based zombies, but it's a pretty cool game. It's a good game from the aspect of like you want to just kill some zombies and just not kind of fight anything else and just use your regular pistols or your shotguns or your rifles and actually have to aim down sight and get some headshots and stuff. It's a good game. It's a solid game. Visuals aren't too bad. The graphics are pretty good on it too. I don't think it's gonna win any awards for graphics or anything like that, but it's definitely has some decent, great gameplay. And like I said, if you like just murdering zombies, it's a great game for that. And then the May games, we have Wreckfest, Battlefield 5, and Stranded Deep.
So I added all three of these to my library, but I haven't downloaded any of them yet. So they're all there for me to play whenever.
Listen, Stranded Deep is the trashiest game I've ever played in my life. The controls are junk. like you hit forward to go forward, and he continues going forward after you've stopped what I'm saying, like stop your controller from moving forward. You try to like get in the raft, and you have to like your camera view has to be like perfect in a certain position and whatever to hit the button to get in the damn raft. That game is trash, dude. And I was really upset because I thought it would be somewhat fun. No, opposite.
Did you get any of those ones, Joseph?
Yeah, just like I was mentioning earlier, I did get Battlefield 5. That's a classic. That's just a classic first-person shooter. I think
Yeah.
that it gives Call of Duty a good run for its money. I like the time period of it and the gameplay and the different objectives that it kind of provides and the mechanics, man. I love that the engine that they use. For example, like if somebody throws a grenade, it's going to actually put a hole in the ground, right?
Yeah.
If you are in a vehicle and you kind of crash through a wall, that wall is going to be damaged and it's going to stay damaged for the rest of the game.
A lot of environmental damage and stuff.
Exactly, man. And I do appreciate that about that game. And it's a lot of fun. One of the things that just drives me nuts, this is with any, for most first person shooters, it's just like you're a running gunner. I'm a running gunner. I'm not really necessarily a sniper. And no matter where you go, man, there's just like you keep getting sniped, right? And it just drives you nuts because it'll tell you on the screen like how many times this is your enemy, how many times has this particular person killed you, and how many times you killed them. And there's always that one guy that's like 6-0 against me because like I'm like walking down the aisle or walking down this hallway and I come out of it and I don't see anybody. I'm like, all right, good. Like I can just like walk two more steps. I walk 2 more steps and get sniped like nobody's business. And then you can look at the distance, how far this guy is, and you're like, what the hell is happening, right? So, that particular game, but in Battlefield, I think when I did play the online, I think I played in some of the servers that were only PlayStation. I don't know if Battlefield does crossplay. I have to go back and check that out, but I know usually crossplay, like you play against PC people and they just kick your ass, man. Like there's just a different set of controls that they can do to just like whoop your ass, and change their settings to have no recoil on the guns or anything like that. While us console people are like, well, we're gonna point and shoot, and your gun's like going up in the air while there's just like automatically, like unrealistically, just kicking your ass, right? So
like the people that do the mods on like Call of Duty,
exactly,
like the instant aim and all that stuff, or the instant lock or whatever they call it.
Exactly. What about Wreckfest? Do you guys have any experience with Wreckfest?
Yeah, I played it, downloaded it. I still actually have it. I played it just the other day. Like I said, the controls are super smooth. It feels good as you're driving. It's a pretty good game. Visuals are awesome. I kind of liked it. I mean, I only got like 2 cars unlocked, so I haven't made it too far, but it's not bad if you're just want to sit down and chill and drive some lawnmowers or couches or cars around.
Wait, you could drive a lawnmower in the game?
Couches, lawnmowers. Oh yeah, tractors if you want.
And isn't it online? Isn't it multiplayer online?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys know what that means. We got to get a day where we all just hop on Wreckfest and just F things up, man.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I'm sitting here looking at some of the screenshots for the game, and it looks interesting. Like I see like an old school, like looks like a Dodge Challenger or something like that. Like whatever the car was from Dukes and Hazzard looks like one of those cars. I see a lawnmower. Yeah, there's a guy on a lawnmower. I have people like flying off the lawnmower too.
I'm actually at a race right now. I haven't raced it yet, but it's called a couch race, and you're racing on a damn couch. Crazy.
That is crazy, man. That sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm gonna have to check that one out. That is gonna go in my library as soon as we finish this podcast. That's probably gonna be downloaded. Add that on there to try to check that one out. All right, and then the games for next month, June. We are at the end of May. Are Operation Tango, Star Wars Squadrons, and it looks like, is it Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown?
I think I wouldn't mind trying Operation Tango. It takes 2 people though, so You have to find the other person whenever you guys are available.
You got
But
me,
I heard
man.
it's like it's only like so if you're playing, like the other person will be talking to you, like telling you stuff that you have to do. Like you won't be able to see the other person to like get like clues or whatever. They'll have to like talk you through the stuff you're doing.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
heard the same thing. Yeah.
I think I guess that kind of sounds like there should be a. I think you and I played it before, Derek, and I'm sure you and Justin played it before on GTA. There was like a race that you would do that
Yeah.
like you could
The
only hear the
the
audio.
rally race.
Like one of
Yeah,
you, like the person navigating could see the checkpoints. The person driving couldn't see the checkpoints. You had to tell them which way to go to get to the checkpoints.
yeah, which was just a nightmare because I was like, take a left, no, go back right, and we're just like yelling at each other, like, hey, take a left, go left, like stop here, keep going, don't, and then and it again, it puts in perspective like your sense of direction, like how well can you tell where the hell things are going to be, like can you go
Yeah.
to the left, can you go to the right, can you go straight, like it's what your perception of like how close something is and how close it isn't. I don't know about you, but sucked at those. I think we would only ever get like 2 or 3 checkpoints or something, and that was pretty much it. But if Operation Tango was kind of like that, man, that sounds interesting. Definitely gonna download, and we have to play it sometime.
I heard Squadrons was real good. I'll probably put that in my library just to check it out. I like Star Wars, so it's worth trying. I never really was into any of the Virtual Fighter games, so I probably won't even bother with that one.
I used to like them on the arcade, the Virtual Fighter games, but yeah, I'm with you. I never really played them on console.
Yeah, I think the last one I played on console was probably like PS1.
Yeah, I think me too, dude. Maybe PS2. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would say that with the Virtual Fighter, like, yeah, same here. Probably won't download. I think that 1, I suck at fighting games. 2, I suck at fighting games, and 3, I suck at fighting games. So, I just don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like playing them co-op. So, like, if somebody's sitting next to me, but like trying to play with people online, like, it's people are good online. Every once in a while, you get like a kid and he sucks, and you get to beat him up, and that's awesome. But for the most part, like. You're going against like masters and never played that before. And then Star Wars Squadrons, man, like, isn't that the one where you're flying? Like
Yeah,
you're
it's
in like,
all flight. It's all
yeah,
flight.
yeah, man. I would definitely try that one out. And it also, although we get to play it for PS4 and we'll be able to play it, it also comes out on VR, which
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I am seriously considering VR. I just don't know if I want to get like the current VR that we have now or wait
Don't
for
do
the ones that are. You said don't do it.
Yeah,
wait for that one that's supposed to be coming, dude. I think
Yeah.
Derek was. Weren't we talking about that, D? Like,
yeah, I'm
seriously
definitely gonna wait for
considering it too.
the next generation one. The current one has like more than one cable connecting you to your PlayStation, and then you still have to use the old Move controllers with the ball on top. So the new one is going to have one cable that goes from your headset to the PlayStation to your PS5,
Yeah.
and then it's going to have the same controllers like the Oculus uses.
Oh, okay.
So from what that's just from what people have leaked. I don't know how true any of that is, but if that's
Yeah.
if that's the case, it's definitely worth waiting to get the new version. And I'm sure the old PS4 VR games will work on the new PSVR.
Oh, okay. Do you think the price will be the same? Like if we're just speculating here, like what is the price where it'll turn you
Isn't it
off?
right now like 300 or 400?
It is about 3 to 400, yeah.
I think
Well,
I would pay
you
that
see
same
the
price.
new Oculus. Isn't the new
Yeah.
Oculus only $299?
Yeah, the new Oculus is $299 and it's completely standalone. Like you don't even have to connect it to a PC.
Right. So that'd probably be right around my point too. For price wise, if it's anything much more than that, I'd probably be like, yeah, maybe not.
So if it was like $600 or $700, both of you guys
Oh
would
no,
be like,
I wouldn't do 600 or 700 either. If it costs more than the system, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. No, thank you.
You
I don't know
but-
if any of you guys have seen the new Eternals trailer.
Oh, I was waiting to talk about this. I was waiting to talk about this.
So this will tie in a little bit. In one of the scenes, I don't know if you see like where I don't know which character it is, but she's sitting on a chair and she's reading like really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look down by her feet are like hanging over the chair, and like down a little bit, you can see a PSVR sitting in a pile of like all the other stuff that's around her.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, for what trailer is that?
The Eternals,
Oh no, I did not see that.
the new Marvel movie.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So in that one scene where it shows the girl reading, like if you look down by underneath her feet, like a little bit to the side, you can see a PSVR sitting in the pile of like all the stuff.
Oh, dude, that's sick. And you're talking about like current.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
PlayStation
The
VR.
newest trailer that just dropped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's that's a good Easter egg, man. I'm always
Yeah.
always interested in like um trying to pick out some of those things, but that's cool that it's in there.
So I do want to talk about some of the new trailers, upcoming movies, but I did want to bring up one thing because Joseph brought out his collector's edition of Days Gone. What other collector's editions have you guys bought?
Last one I bought was GTA 4 Collector's Edition. Came with like a lock box.
I got that one, and it came with the gym bag.
Yeah, some other. Yeah, the gym bag. Yeah, you're right. It
I
did.
still have the
Okay.
lockbox, and I still shove stuff in there. Like I still like put random stuff in there. Although I think I lost the keys for it.
See, I still got the keys. I still got the lockbox. I do still have the duffel bag somewhere.
I think I broke the zipper on the duffel bag, so I don't have that anymore. I might have to see if your keys will fit on mine, and then we have to
Right. Well, I
make a
got
copy
two
of it.
keys. I got two of them. I got
Two set. Oh, yeah, because it comes with two keys.
Yeah, and then also it came with a sweet Rockstar, the Rockstar logo, keychain.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened to mine.
I still got mine.
Yeah, the only thing I've left from that collector's edition is the lockbox, minus the keys. So it's basically just a box at this point.
You got anything in there?
There might be like some old birthday cards from my dad or something in there.
Okay. All right.
Nothing that would require being locked. I think when I actually had the keys for it, I would put my passport in there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's actually honestly, guys, I'm slacking on those editions, those collector's editions. That's the last one I bought.
I mean, I'm kind of picky with mine. I won't buy every collector's editions. Like I know people that will buy like every one, like for like it's just for the games they're gonna buy. But they like whatever game they plan on buying, they try to get the collector's edition. Like there's some that I wished I could have gotten, but like if it's not a game, if it's not a game I'm not gonna buy, I'm not gonna try and get the collector's edition. And two, if it's only a game that I'm like I want to play, but I'm not like super excited for, I'm not going to try to get the collector's edition. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does, man. I will say for me, I haven't. Days Gone is probably the only collector's edition I have. I think the only other one I bought one time was like a Call of Duty one, and it came with like some extra pins, a steel case, like a digital version of the game, plus the CD, like the disc version of the game. It came with some stickers and some like art book in it or something like that. But that's probably the only thing that I've ever bought. But like at the same time, there have been some really cool collector's editions sometimes, and they're just like there's a little too pricey. I'm not like, I mean, I really want this game, but I don't know if I want to spend like $200 for the game for something that I probably wouldn't even want to open, So because sometimes some
of them Call of Duty ones came with some good stuff. Like I remember one of them came with NVGs, night vision goggles. One of them came with an RC car.
Yep.
One of them came with like an RC plane or a blimp or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they used to put some good stuff in those.
Yeah, I would say that they came out.
I heard the NVGs weren't that great.
Oh, of course not. Of course not, man. And I think that one of them came out, like you said, a little blip. I think it was like a drone, like a small drone or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you're able to kind of fly or control. But like the Call of Duty ones have some really cool stuff. Mortal Kombat has come out with some cool ones.
So I remember, not from the last Mortal Kombat, but from the one before that, it came with bookends.
Yep.
So I have those, and I used to have them displayed, but I haven't. Like I have so much of this stuff that I want to display. I just don't have the place for it. So like I had that Mortal Kombat one with the display. Not the last Spider-Man, not Miles Morales, but the one before that. For PS4, I have the collector's edition for that one. And it came with like a Spider-Man statue, and he's standing on top of like You can see Vulture's wings. You can see part of Rhino's costume. You can see, I think, some of Doc Ock's arms coming out of it.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
So yeah, I have that one. I have the one for Red Dead Redemption 2. That one's pretty cool. It comes with like a little like a little treasure chest type thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some playing cards, a handkerchief, I think some stickers. What other ones do I have? Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. I bought the collector's edition of that because it came with a mask. That mask is pretty cool. I displayed that. I think I sent you guys the pictures of that I had displayed. The mask.
Yeah, I remember that.
It comes with the flag. But their flags, because it's a traditional Japanese flag, it takes a special kind of pole to hold it up. So and there's a place that sells them. So I'd have to order, like, if I ever wanted to actually display it, unless I want to like put it in like a frame and hang it.
Did you ever get the Death Stranding one? You didn't, right? You just talked
No,
about.
so that's another one I wanted. One of my buddies has it, and it comes with like the little, the baby.
Yeah. Because I know you talked about it. I remember you talked about it. Yeah.
One of my buddies bought that, and like he bought the game, and then he went back and also bought the collector's edition so he could get the baby.
And then just never open it.
Yeah.
That's
And
a good idea.
And I think you can still get it like even on Amazon. I think it's like $200 on Amazon.
Was that what it was originally?
Yeah, it was like 200
That ain't
original.
bad. That ain't bad.
The
last one I wanted was actually that Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yes, 1 and 2, because it came with a Tony Hawk board.
Yes, the bird.
The thing was gone like that though. There was no chance to get it. All them stupid scalpers got them all.
Yep, that is the one that I wanted.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
And it was a real deal board. It wasn't like a display board. Like, it was a real deal board. You could put trucks on it and take it out.
Go out there and skate. No way.
Yeah.
And it was an actual birdhouse board. It's not the Tony Hawk ones you can get up at Target or Meijer or Walmart.
Yeah, it was an actual Tony Hawk birdhouse board.
That
awesome. That one too. I would have wanted that one if it wasn't for damn scalpers.
Yes.
I'm looking at some of them online right now. Cyberpunk 2077. Do you guys remember that collector's edition?
So wasn't it V like diving off of his motorbike or something like that?
Yep.
So, I mean, I think they could have made something cooler. Maybe I think the car would have been better, like showing V's car.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a better statue. Although I did want like some of I think it came with some patches or something like that.
It did.
I wouldn't have minded the patches. I think those look pretty cool.
Well, didn't the game itself, just the regular game, come with like some postcards or something weird?
I know it has like, I think it has some postcards, and I think it has like a map or something in it.
Yeah, it might. I forget, but I remember opening it up and being like, "Man, why is this so?"
Yeah, it came with a bunch of it. It was kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Wait, which I think that's a good point. Did you guys, either one of you guys, play Cyberpunk 2077?
Yes.
So yeah, we both played it.
What were your thoughts on it? Because like, again, remember, got a lot of backlash, right? A lot of people were really angry. Like, were you guys really angry? Were you guys just kind of like?
I get. Yeah, no, I get the anger 100% if I was playing it on PS4. But PS5, it ran somewhat smooth.
Okay.
I kept talking to Derek about it actually because I was getting pissed. I was like, dude, you're telling me your game ain't crashing every 20 minutes, half hour, whatever. He's like, no, plays fine. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, you're telling me my PS5 is a piece of shit?
Because it kept crashing on you.
Mine crashed. I could play it for 3 hours, no crash. But I could get on and play it for an hour, crash. Play it for a half hour, crash. Granted, I learned and I just kept doing the quick save and whatever. Okay, game restarted. I could play again for another hour, half hour, 2 hours, and it'd crash. But it really, to me, it was not that big of a deal. And I liked the gameplay. I liked the feel of it. Other than the driving was a little bit whack. I think Derek, you can.
Yeah, the driving was like really like it compared to like Grand Theft Auto or something like that. The driving was crap.
Yeah, it just clunky controls when
the
driving.
very clunky.
I've heard since they've patched a couple times, and driving was one of them. I have not played it since though.
Okay, so you didn't beat that entire game.
I did. Great story.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
I haven't finished the main story. I've been going off doing side missions. So like that's another game that I'm like more than halfway through, but I haven't even gone back to finish it because like other
I'm
stuff came out and I
telling
started
you,
playing it.
it's like if you ever play Horizon, it's a story like that. Like it grips you, and you wanna know what the hell happens.
Okay. Speaking of Horizon, did you ever beat it?
No, but
Okay.
I've made it to some knowledgeable points.
Okay.
Remember when me and Derek has talked, and we were like, "Man, there might be a civilization behind this this cave or whatever we had talked about."
Spoilers
Yeah.
if people know what's
Yes,
happening, but yeah, go for it.
yes. Um, I mean, it's literally mind blowing.
So
Like I wanna
Oh,
just
you might have
continue.
you've probably passed me in the main story because I got to what's it called, the Grave Horde,
Did you do it though yet?
but I went past it and now I'm doing the Frozen Wilds expand like the extended like the DLC. Like I'm
Oh,
doing that story and I'm like almost done with that story, and then I'll probably go back and finish the main story of the game. But I don't know if it's going to spoil anything from the main story by going into that.
right, dude.
So I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to
See, I
go
don't.
back, but like I know I'm close to like I'm pretty sure I'm close to like because there's a like you know how in the regular game in the regular story the machines can be corrupted.
Yes.
So when you're in Frozen Wilds, there's something similar to corrupted, but it's not called corrupted, and it makes the like kind of like the similar how what corruption does to the machines. It makes them more
Right.
like they come after you.
Alert.
They're stronger. So
Yes.
it does the same thing, but it's something else that's controlling them. Like the corruptors are being controlled by the cult gang,
You
but
think so?
these ones are being corrupt. These ones are being controlled by, from what I can tell so far, a rogue computer. But I don't know yet because I haven't got to it yet.
I'm just telling you, your mind is going to be blown once you get
Yeah,
to Grave Horde. Do it, and like the next mission or two after that, you're crazy. You're going to be blown away, man.
I'm probably gonna have to go back and like finish, like leave the Frozen Wilds and go back and finish that, and then go back and finish Frozen Wilds.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the story is legit.
I have all the
But I'm
the
glad.
collections though, like all the Banuk figures, all the metal flowers, all the vantage points, and all the mugs. I collected them all.
So what? Yeah, let's go into that. What do you get extra then from those? Because I've handed
So
in a couple of
So when you
the
there's
Banuk
people in Meridian that will
figures.
take each one, like a different one,
Yeah.
different merchant in Meridian for each one,
Mhm.
and it's just chests, and the chests have
Super cool gear, weapons.
not no, I don't even think it was gear. It's the add-ons for the little expansion slots for your
mods?
weapons and stuff. Yeah,
Mods.
I think it's mostly just mods,
Oh,
but you get a trophy for collecting them all.
right on. Okay.
So I have one mod that I can't figure out what I use it for. Um, it doesn't fit anything. Oh, the reason I went to Frozen Wilds is because in Frozen Wilds you get a mod for you can open up the mod for your spear to make it so you can mod your spear.
Oh,
That was the
cool.
whole reason
Okay.
I went, and then I just started like going off. Like every time I play any game, I go off on tangents.
So did you get that mod then?
Yeah, I have the mod, and I just kept doing more and more crap.
Okay. All right.
There's a machine in there. It reminds me of like a cross between a bear and a gorilla.
Sweet. Can you
I beat it. It was a pain in the
But
ass,
can
but I
you
beat it.
override that someday?
No, not yet. I think I don't know if you can override the ones in the Frozen Wild. Well, like they have the regular ones that are in the rest of the
Yep.
game, but there's also like 3 or 4 new ones.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Now, Joseph, you had mentioned that you have not played that game.
I have
correct?
not. Nothing makes sense
Let
to what
me-
you guys.
Can I just?
Oh,
So I
So-
take that. So I have
Oh,
played a
you know
little
what?
bit.
You know what's going on right now?
Uh-oh.
They're showing gameplay of the
Is that
next
right
one. What's
now?
it called? Horizon Zero or Horizon Zero West or whatever. Horizon West.
Something. Yeah.
like right now, well, it started at 5, I think, on
Oh,
on
damn.
PlayStation's
I'll
whatever
have to go
their
back in YouTube
Forbidden
and
West,
check it out.
Derek.
There
Horizon
you go.
Forbidden West.
yeah. So they're
Nice.
supposed to show gameplay footage at 5, like 15 minutes of
Nice.
gameplay footage,
Nice.
and now
So
I
anyway,
totally
Joseph,
forgot.
what I was trying to say, and I'm sure Derek will back me up on this. You do have the game, you just haven't
I
played
do have
much
it.
of it? You do.
I did. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, once you get through like the first hour and a half of the game, it gets awesome.
Really good. Yeah, because I know that you start out as like the little girl, and
Yes.
like she has like the little earpiece thing, right? And she's like walking through this. You have to walk through some stuff, and she starts like you start realizing that like maybe her civilization isn't what you initially thought it was,
Yes,
and
sir.
then you kind of go through that, and then it like fast forwards, and she's an adult, and then you have to start doing missions and things of that nature, and it's like it sounds or like again the
And is
premise
that
and
where
the
you're at?
that's kind of where I was at. Yeah, that's kind of where
Okay.
I stopped playing. But it's like you can tell that there's like a tribal premise to it, right? Like it's
Yeah.
really cool that there's
Like
it's
like civilization kind of fell, and they lost all the old technology, and they're kind of starting
Yeah.
over like cave people basically, or like Native Americans, or tribes where you have sticks and stones, and
yeah, it kind of it reminded me of there's a short story called By the Waters of Babylon, and in this short story, it's kind of like it's they don't speak English really well. Like it really seems within the story like it's very tribal, right? Like they don't have like they're like there's this land that we don't go to, we don't go over there, and then the people are like, yeah, we just have like cloth on, we have to like hunt with like sticks and stuff. So you're like sitting there and you're like reading this and you're like, oh cool, this is probably like some Native Americans or something like that. And then as you keep reading, you start realizing in spoilers to the story that it's actually some people like you guys were saying that it's like post like a modern civilization that was bombed by a like from like a nuclear holocaust, right? So like they were bombed and then now they're trying to kind of revert back to getting back to that, right? But again, it's a good story if you guys don't want to read it. It's a few, but it gets Horizon kind of reminded me of that from initially playing the game because like you guys were saying, you're like, oh cool, like this is just like some tribal like Native American stuff, and then you're like, oh wait a minute, it's not. There's actually a lot more to this, and there's robots and shit, right? And you're like, what the hell's going on?
So if I had to think of like a complaint for the game so far since I played it, it's like when you in some of these areas and they show like the people that from before that are dead, and they have the holocoms next to them where you can hear what they were talking about. Like the size proportion looks off. And then also if you're like around like the buildings, old buildings and old vehicles from like before, the size proportion seems off. Like I don't know if you remember when you had to attack one of the camps with part of the people from the old tribe, the lady and her son.
Mm-hmm.
And to get to her to where the edge of the camp was, like there's it's like a, I don't know, like a structure that's fallen, and you have to go through like a little bit of where it's fallen, and there's a bus under there, like a coach bus or a passenger bus or a school bus, but the proportion is just way off. I don't know if you ever noticed that. Yeah, like the windows are small. The whole thing just looks small.
So did what I noticed was some of the ruins.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind of feel or look small to you as well?
Yeah, and then whenever you come across the like, and when you're in like the like that place where Aloy first falls when she's a kid, and then if you go back as an adult,
yeah,
like the bodies in there, the proportions seemed off. Like they were giants back. Like, and then that makes the proportions even more weird because these bodies from like before civilization fell look huge, and you're kind of small to them, and then their vehicles are like small to you. So like. Were they like? Do they all drive go-karts or something around that like look like normal vehicles?
They're all dwarves.
Yeah,
little people.
So if I had to find a complaint about Horizon so far since I've been playing it, that would be it. Like the proportions seem off on some of these things.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay smooth. The controls feel really smooth to me. I mean, just the beauty of it, and that's a PS4 game. I mean, it's crazy.
So I was looking on Amazon, and if you still want that Tony Hawk, they have it on there for $105.
Dang, dude, that's not bad.
Only 2 left though, so you got to get on there.
No doubt.
But Justin, speaking on what you said that like something kind of blew your mind, have you guys ever played a video game that, maybe there was a plot twist, or if there wasn't a plot twist that, something was revealed and you were like, holy shit. Like, I did not know this game was going to take that direction. Whether it was a character that died, whether a character that lived, anything like that, was there ever a game similar to, I guess, a Horizon moment, right, that you played that you were like, oh shit.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the Resident Evils, Heavy Rain was a big plot twist.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I played it, but it was crazy. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I'm reading, not watching. I'm looking at a list, and Heavy Rain is one of the top
Really?
10 like mind-blowing twist. Again, I never played
Yeah.
it. I know Derek played it. He said it was really good. It's a
was.
decision-based game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Until Dawn, and what was the other one? Beyond.
Oh man, Until Dawn was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was another decision-based game where you were like, wait,
Yeah.
what's happening right
Yes.
now? So
Yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't play it when it first came out. I watched somebody play through on YouTube, and then so I didn't play it until I got my PS5, and it was one of the ones in the the PlayStation collection that you could get for free, and that was the first time I played it, and that was a pretty good plot twist. When you find out. I mean, I kind of because I watched somebody play, so I knew, but it's been like a couple years since I'd seen it.
Yeah.
So, I had an idea of like, I can tell something's, something's kind of coming back to me and I know it's going to happen.
I
yeah,
think it was called Beyond Light was the other one, and then that Detroit Become Human.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say Detroit Become Human.
I like that game. I really like that one.
I
And-
did too.
There's so many different paths. When you complete a section and it shows you like the branches, there's
Yeah,
so many
Yes.
branches. Like it seems like it would take years to finish every branch. And as much as I want to, I don't.
That would correct me. Maybe, right?
What's that?
Was that the same folks that made Heavy Rain?
Yeah, the same company did Heavy Rain, and there was another one too. They've done all, and it's a similar story, like where you pick the different what happens in the story or whatever.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Isn't the other one like Quantum something or?
I'm trying to look it up right now to see if I can find it.
Yeah, you're right. Quantum something.
Quantic Dream makes the game.
There you go. Quantic Dream. Yep.
So Quantic Dream Collection. Detroit
Yep.
Become Human, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
Beyond Two Souls. Not Light. Jeez.
Yeah, so it's like dying. What you were saying was a Destiny expansion.
Oh, dude, it was Joseph. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Beyond Two Souls.
It's all good, man. It messes with us sometime. Another one on this list that I thought was a really good, kind of mind blowing, and I just hated the ending was Red Dead. Or I didn't hate the ending, like I understand, was Red Dead Redemption. You guys remember the ending of Red Dead Redemption?
It's been so long since I played it, and we were just talking about.
So again,
someone
spoilers to listeners who haven't played, right? And Justin, you played it before? I don't want to spoil it if you've never played Red Dead Redemption.
No, I'm not a fan of the Red Dead Redemption series. So go
Okay.
ahead, man.
All right.
Yeah, no, go right ahead. Go right
but
ahead.
remember,
'Cause I'd like to kind of know what,
Uh-huh. And so like I don't know if you remember, Derek, like he does some like he does some missions and stuff, and he kind of he's done with that life, right? He doesn't want to be an outlaw anymore. He goes back to the farm or to the ranch to be with his wife and be with his son, and then he's done, right? And at the end of the game, you're like walking into like the corn mill or something like that, and you're like walking in the barn, and as you're in there, you just hear, "All right, John, come on out," and you come on out, and there's just nothing but like lawmen just all over your lawn, and you have to go into a shootout with them, and they just like, and I think like because you know how you can do the slow motion,
The bullet
like
time or whatever.
yeah, the bullet time and stuff. Like you could do that, and you can get a few of them, but they eventually just take you out, and then that's how the game ends. But when the credits roll scene, they come back, you can be his son, and you can go back and get revenge, and then you just play the rest of the game as his son, not as John anymore. But yeah, that one threw me off. I was like, that was one of those where I was like, oh, cool, like he gets to go back, he's done with the life, he did what he had to do, like, he doesn't have to pay for his sins, kind of thing. But it's
That
like,
was the first one, right? The first Red Dead Redemption?
that was
Or the one before the one that just came out?
Yes, that is correct. Yes, yeah, because because the very first one was like Red Revolver, right?
Red Dead Revolver.
Yeah, Red Dead Revolver was the first one. But yeah, no, the second, I guess, even though it's Red Dead Redemption 2, that was technically the third one from that company. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption is the one where he's like he's like in the barn or something. He comes back and they shoot him up, man. And that was one of the ones where it's just like, I mean, I hate to give life lessons in this podcast, but it's just like, damn, no matter what you do sometimes, especially with your sins, man, you're gonna have to pay for them, right? So.
Yeah, like I was saying before, before we got on here, like someone saw some stuff from Rockstar, and that might be a remaster. They might be remaking that game to re-release on PS5, but it didn't list specific games. It said something about multiple games between 2022 and 2024 that are getting a remaster from Rockstar. So it could be that one, and then maybe Bully. I don't see them like redoing Manhunt. There was so much controversy around Manhunt games.
Yeah.
But maybe it could be, what was the other one? Max Payne. Maybe we'll get a remaster of Max Payne.
Whoa. Yeah, that was one of the questions I was going to ask, but that will be to be continued on the next podcast, guys. We'll continue to keep talking about some more Rockstar games and our opinions on which ones are coming out.
Yeah, so if you want to hear some more, if you guys like us, keep following, keep listening to us. We really appreciate all the support we've had so far. We appreciate everyone that's listened so far. I want to thank you for listening to this episode. Justin, any closing words?
Yeah, just thanks everybody for listening, and hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, Joseph.
Yeah, man. Thank you everybody who takes the time out to listen, and don't forget Bigfoot is out there, as well as the Chupacabra and aliens, which eventually we'll talk aliens one of these days. But no, thank you everybody for listening.
And come back for some basement reno next week.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. See you later.